Hi guys, welcome back to Fairies Tutorials. In this video, we're looking at CSEC Food Nutrition and Health Question 3s from the exam years 2021, 2022, and 2023. And this video will provide you with an analysis of the question so we can know the similarities and the differences, right? Now, question 3 is taken from section 3 of the syllabus. This section is entitled Meal Planning, Preparation, and Dining, right? And now, before we look at these questions, let's take a look at some of the objectives or the content that you are required to know so that you're able to do well on this question. 1. Explain terms associated with meal planning. These terms include meal, breakfast, brunch, lunch, dinner, supper, high tea, menu, a la carte, table d'hote, course, appetizer, hors d'oeuvres, dessert, main course, entree, and also accompaniment, right? 2. Outline the factors to be considered when planning meals. 3. Explain the importance of food groups in meal planning. 4. Plan meals using the multi-mix principle. 5. Plan menus and prepare meals for different occasions. 6. Plan and prepare meals for different groups. 7. Describe the various types of vegetarians and their nutritional requirements. 8. Plan and prepare meals for various types of vegetarians. 9. Plan and prepare meals to prevent various nutritional disorders. 10. Plan and prepare nutritious low-budget meals. 11. Plan and prepare packed meals for different groups. And 12. Set the table attractively for different meals and occasions. Now, these were the wealth of knowledge that you're required to know so that you can be competent when you're answering whichever question you get, right? Now, you may not get a question on a particular objective or a particular topic, but it is important for you to know these content, become aware, become knowledgeable, so that whatever question you get, you're able to answer it to your best ability, right? And remember, each of these questions, they're worth 16 marks, but they're broken down in parts. Now, let's start the analysis. And as I said before, we're looking at years 2021, 2022, 2023, and we're going to compare and contrast to see the similarities and the differences, right? Let's go. In 2021, you were to define some terms. These include table d'hote, main course, high tea, 2 marks each. Remember, when you're defining terms, you give as much marks and you pay attention to how much your response is worth so that you can answer accordingly, right? Now, in 2022, I don't see where they asked for any of these definition of these terms that are related to meal planning and preparation, right? But over in 2023, you see where they ask for you to outline the multi-mix principle. So you should state the definition, you're outlining the definition, and you may also give 1 and 2 examples of what a multi-mix principle may look like, because this question is worth 3 marks. So you outline the definition, you outline examples of the different mixes, but when we start to looking at these answer to the question of 2023, you have a clear understanding of what I'm talking about, right? This question also says that you're supposed to list 2 types of food mixes other than the 3 mix, and also to name 1 factor that should be considered when planning meals, right? Now, let's jump to 2022. The first question states, state 3 guidelines you would give your mother to assist her in planning meals for your grandmother who is ill, and each guideline you would have received a mark each, right? So now this question is drawing your knowledge from the topic planning meals for special groups, right? Now, special groups or different groups may include, other from the elderly, you have like the toddlers, you have children, adolescents, pregnant and lactating women, occupational workers, and even special groups such as convalescents, or it also may be vegetarians. Good. Now, this question particularly asked you about a grandmother who we're assuming to be an elderly. So therefore, you think of the need of the group that you get and you plan accordingly. Good. Now you can also check out the 2022 question and answer session video for the ideal answer to this response. Now part B says, state 3 reasons why the amount of time available must be considered when planning meals for a family. Good. C of 2022, your class is going on a field trip and all students are required to take packed lunches. Suggest 3 guidelines that students should follow when packing their meals. State 1 reason why each guideline was suggested, and that question is worth 6 marks. Now let us look across to 2021 and 2022 to see if we see any other question about packed meals, right? Now in 2023, you see here, right, where that red mark is, it says create a 3-mix packed is the keyword, packed lunch for primary school students aged 5 to 12 years. So now this question is drawing your knowledge about the multi-mix principle. It's drawing your knowledge on packed meals, creating packed meals, and it's also drawing your knowledge on suitable foods for children age 5 to 12, right? So with all that knowledge that you have, all the guidelines, you should be able to plan adequately. Well, let me take you back to 2022, that final question that they have. Write a suitable meal for the packed meal you would take on a field trip, right? So as you can see, both questions, last part of the question in 2022 and about 3C in 2023, asking you about packed meals and also to create a menu for a packed meal. Good. Now that final question in 2023, you were given a menu. Let us read what it says. The menu below is to be served at a graduation dinner. In the space below, sketch and label a cover to be used for serving this meal. So this question is also pulling your knowledge on table setting, right? It's also pulling your knowledge on menu planning, because you should be able to read the menu and also identify the utensils that you will need for, or the table appointments, wanting for a better term, that you should use to set this table. All right. Now let's jump back over to 2021. Part 3B states, explain one benefit of each of the following nutrients in the diet of an athlete. So you have protein, carbohydrates, minerals. Now I know you know the general functions of these nutrients, right? So for example, we know it's to build and repair body tissues, right? Now when you're explaining a question like this, please ensure that you think of the group that you got. So for example, this question is asking for the athlete. So you may say one benefit of protein in the diet of an athlete is to help to build and maintain their body tissues that they use a lot during their training, help to build their muscles and strength for sports activity. You may also say carbohydrates give them energy to run, to play sports, whatever the case is. You know what the general functions are. Just try to tweak it just to make a connection with the group that you get, right? It may be the elderly, it may be toddler, it may be a different group. You may get back the athlete. Just stay flexible. From once you know your content, you should be confident in whatever question you get to answer, right? Now that last part in 3C states, discuss the importance of vitamin B12 in the diet of a vegan. right? We all know that vitamin B12 is very, very important. Vegans are strict vegetarians, and B12 you can only get that source from red meat, right? Now you're supposed to discuss the importance of vitamin B12. So you look at the function, what it does to our body, the sources, and explain then why is it that it is important in the diet of a vegan. So vegan is prone for being deficient because they do not consume red meat at all, right? Now this is the analysis for the questions, question 3 of 2021, 2022, 2023. I hope you find it beneficial, guys. And as always, I end up by saying good luck. Please remember to watch those ads, subscribe, and share with persons who you know will find this video useful. Thank you for making it Fairies Tutorials.